So, you're looking to get a handle on the Indian financial markets. Maybe you're studying for a certification, or maybe you just want to understand how it all works. Well, you're in the right place. In this explainer, we're going to build a map of the entire ecosystem, piece by piece, so you can see exactly how everything connects. Let's dive in.
Here's our game plan. We'll kick things off with the big picture, the why behind the whole ecosystem. Then we'll meet the rule makers who keep things in line. After that, we'll check out the markets where all the action happens, get to know the key players, and finally, we'll put it all together.
All right, first things first. Before we get into the details, we need to understand the absolute foundation. What is a financial market, and what does it actually do? Nailing this down is step one.
Honestly, the best way to think about it is like this. The financial markets are the economy's circulatory system. It's the lifeblood. They take all the extra cash sitting around, in savings accounts or under mattresses, and they pump it towards businesses that have big ideas. Businesses that need that money to build things, hire people, and really grow. That flow is what keeps the whole economy humming.
Now, this system is basically split into two different timelines. On one hand, you've got the money markets. This is all about the short-term stuff, anything less than a year. Think of it as the financial plumbing that lets banks and big companies manage their daily cash flow. Then you have the capital markets. This is for the long haul. This is where companies go when they have big, multi-year ambitions and need to raise serious money by selling stocks and bonds. And there's one other really important split you need to know. The primary market, that's where securities are born. When you hear about a company doing an IPO, that's the primary market in action. It's the first time they're selling those shares to raise brand new cash. But what happens next? Well, that's where the secondary market comes in, places like the NSE and BSE. That's where you and I trade those already existing shares with each other. And this is super important because it creates liquidity, which just means you can easily buy or sell your shares whenever you want.
Okay, so that's the basic layout. But, a system this huge and powerful needs some rules to make sure it's safe and fair for everyone. So who are the referees in this game? Let's meet the key regulators.
These are the heavy hitters, the 5 main pillars of financial regulation in India. Each one has its own crucial domain. You've got the Ministry of Finance at the top, setting government policy, and then these specialized bodies for banking, for stocks, for insurance, and for pensions. Together, they write the rulebook that everyone has to play by.
Let's start with the big one, the absolute cornerstone of the whole system, the Reserve Bank of India, or the RBI. As India's central bank, its job is just massive. It covers everything from the bank you go to every day, all the way to managing the value of the Indian rupee on the world stage.
I mean, just look at the scope of what the RBI does. It's not just a regulator. It decides the country's monetary policy to keep inflation in check. It manages our huge pile of foreign currency. It's the only one that can actually print our currency. And on top of all that, it's the bank for the government of India and the bank for all the other banks. It's truly the ultimate financial authority.
Now, if you invest in stocks or mutual funds, SEBI is the name you really need to know. Think of SEBI as the market's watchdog. Its entire reason for existing, its core mission, is to protect the interests of regular investors, people like you and me, and to make sure the market grows in a healthy, transparent way.
So how does it protect us? Well, it writes the rules for how stock exchanges have to behave. It makes sure that brokers are properly registered and are playing fair. It actively hunts down and prohibits nasty stuff like insider trading. And it even works on educating investors so we can all make smarter choices with our money.
Okay, moving on to insurance. For this whole sector, the boss is the IRDAI. Its job is to make sure that the insurance companies you buy from are financially solid, that the policies they sell are fair, and that they actually pay out your claims when they're supposed to. It covers the whole shebang: life, health, car insurance, you name it.
And finally, let's talk about the long term. Your retirement savings. That's where the PFRDA comes in. This is the body that regulates India's growing pension sector. Its main focus is on schemes like the National Pension System, or NPS, making sure that the money you're putting away for decades is managed safely and is actually there for you when you need it.
All right, so we've met the referees. Now let's check out the playing fields themselves. Where does all of this financial activity actually take place?
At the very heart of it all is, of course, the banking system. Banks are the original matchmakers of money, right? They take deposits from people who are saving and lend them out to people who need to borrow. And it's not just the big names you see everywhere. This system includes everything from local cooperative banks to the newer, tech-savvy payment banks.
Now, the securities market is way more than just the stock exchanges you see on TV. For every single trade that happens on the NSE or BSE, there's this incredible hidden machinery working in the background. You have clearing corporations that make sure the money goes to the seller and the shares go to the buyer, and then you have depositories like NSDL and CDSL, which are like digital vaults that securely hold your shares in your demat account. All three parts have to work perfectly for the market to function.
So we've got the rules and we've got the playing field. Now it's time to meet the actual players on those fields. Who are the key participants that make all of this happen?
First up, your stockbroker. You and I can't just walk onto the floor of the stock exchange, right? We need a broker. They are the registered members who are our gateway to the market, the ones who actually place our buy and sell orders. And a good broker does more than that. They often provide research and advice to help you out.
Next, we have mutual funds, and these have been a real game changer, especially for smaller investors. The idea is simple. They pool money from thousands of people like us, and then a professional fund manager invests all of it in a big, diversified basket of stocks or bonds. This lets you own a little piece of a lot of different things, which is much safer than putting all your eggs in one basket. You can think of custodians as the high-security vaults of the financial world. They have one super important job: to hold and protect huge amounts of securities for big players like mutual funds. They don't give advice or make trades, they just keep the assets safe and sound. It's a critical, behind-the-scenes role.
So when a company wants to borrow money by selling a bond, how do you know if they're a good bet to pay you back? Well, that's where credit rating agencies come in. They're like financial detectives. They do a super deep dive into a company's finances and then give it a report card, a grade, like AAA for super safe or lower grades for riskier companies. That simple rating gives you a quick snapshot of the risk you're taking.
All right, we have covered a ton of ground. We've talked about the structure, the regulators, the markets, and the players. So let's take a second now and tie it all together with the key takeaways.
So, let's boil it all down. At its very core, the financial market is a giant system for moving money from people who have it to people who can use it to build and grow things. It works on two clocks: the short-term money market and the long-term capital market. The whole thing is watched over by powerful regulators like the RBI and SEBI to keep it safe, and ultimately, it's all these different players interacting within this structured space that powers our economic growth.
So there you have it. You now have a map of the Indian financial market. You can see how the central bank, the stock exchanges, the brokers, and all these other pieces fit together into one giant connected machine. The question isn't really how it works anymore. The real question is, now that you have the map, which part of this fascinating world are you going to explore first?